Hello, this is Street Stroke 818, and tonight I'm going to bring you guys my Part 2 review of The Right Stuff. My last video, during Part 1, I talked a lot about the plot of the book. I gave quite an analytical approach, I think, to what was going on in the book. And so, for Part 2, I think what I'm going to do is kind of wrap up what I wanted to say about what the book was about, and then I want to go over why I love the book and why you should read the book. So, I left off talking about the Soviet Union sending off the first man into space. They beat us at it. And in America, the first person we sent into space, Alan Shepard, as I mentioned last time, Alan Shepard, he goes into suborbit, and he's praised, like I said. The one thing I want to talk about before I wrap up describing the book is we as humans tend to forget anybody once a record has been broken, no matter how much we praise them, and I think that goes for anything. Let me explain. Alan Shepard is praised as an American hero as he reaches suborbit, but just after that, you have John Glenn, who is he's the second one into space. Remember, he's already pissed off because he wasn't chosen as first. He's launched into space. He reaches full orbit. Not suborbit, but full orbit. He comes down. Now, all of a sudden, the press, the people, all they care about is John Glenn now. So Alan Shepard is completely forgotten. It's as soon as someone does something better than someone else has done, the previous person has been forgotten, and the new person is praised. It speaks for humanity. I think that's really what Tom Wolfe was going for in describing this, what was happening during this period with these astronauts. It doesn't just go, for what was happening in the novel, but it goes for humanity as a whole. It's also one of the themes of the book is, I don't know, you see something better than you've seen before, and all of a sudden everything before that doesn't matter. You're nothing. You're nothing. So that's what I want to end on. And the rest of the book, Tom Wolfe ends the chapter with Chuck Yeager again, which I also think that is kind of a sarcasm, irony type thing I talked about before, because Chuck Yeager really has no place in this novel other than the guy who's the best at everything but got screwed over. He couldn't go into space. He didn't have a bachelor's degree. So I think there's a meaning. He ended the novel, the last chapter was with Chuck Yeager. I think that it meant more than what it was in terms of Tom Wolfe's intentions for how you were going to perceive the book. Okay. First of all, this book, how often do you see the winner of a National Book Award also a bestseller? It's very, very rare. This book won the National Book Award. I can't remember which year, but it won the National Book Award, and it was also a bestseller. I mean, how often do you see that? That right there, that alone should tell you should read this book. It's an incredible book. Second, for me at least, Tom Wolfe's prose style, it's very elegant. It's very inviting, and it's very elegant. And it was extremely refreshing. It was like a breath of air after reading 2 Stephen King books. you know. So I love Stephen King, but I don't love his prose. So this was a breath of fresh air reading an elegant prose stylist. So that's another reason why I really got into it. It was very inviting. It was easy to read. Another reason, since I was a kid, since I was a little kid, I love rockets. I've always loved space. I've always loved just that sense of exploring what we don't know. You know, that sense of venturing into uncharted territory. I love that. I've always loved that. And I think if you read this book, it will kind of, not that this book is about that. It's not about venturing into new territory or anything like that. But it's a background. It's really it's a very detailed description of what was really happening during these years, why it was important, and why it was so interesting, what was really happening here. Like I said in my last review, the part one, the internal conflicts and the external conflicts, us for the Soviet Union and us, you know. So there's all these things that go into this book that make it great. And with that being said, I think I've pretty much said all I want to say about this book. So my next review, I think it's going to be either Gravity's Rainbow or V, by both books by Thomas Pynchon. I've read V 3 times now, and I think I have a pretty strong grasp on it. I've read Gravity's Rainbow once, and I'm currently reading it again, and I think I have a pretty strong grasp on that too. I've watched Dean Gornitis' review on Gravity's Rainbow a couple times, which is a great review, by the way. You should check it out. Check him out, Knights88. Check out his channel. He's a good reviewer. But I think that I hope to, with my review of Gravity's Rainbow, I hope to sort of tie up some loose ends with a lot of the questions people have about this book, and you know, just the intellectual monstrosity that is this book that so many people find so hard to understand. So that's my next review. I'll hope to hopefully try to shed some light in a lot of what Thomas Pynchon is trying to say here. Try, keyword there. So anyway, guys, thanks a lot. You know, subscribe if you like my channel. I don't really have very many views yet, but you know, this is my 3rd review. So anyway, if you like the channel, keep checking me out. I'm gonna keep doing book reviews all the time, and it's a lot of fun. It's great. All right, thanks, guys. Hope you like the review of The Right Stuff. Read the book. It's a great book. You'll love it, especially if you love nonfiction. I guarantee it. All right, thanks, guys. Street Strike 818.